Hi everybody, welcome to Creative Chess channel. My name is Novikova Galina and welcome to my next lesson, which today is devoted to side moves. Are they good or bad, and what to do, how to react if this happened to you in your games. The game I'm going to show you was played in 1963 in the championship of the USSR between Suetin and Bondarevsky. So there was played the Spanish defense, bishop to b5, a6. These are classical, traditional moves, but after castle, black decided to play g5. How to react? So what to do when black, from the early opening, just try to attack you and your king. So what to do and how to react? Guys, I have a question to you. So what would you play in this situation for white? If we have a look, usually, so it's like this, some bishop to e7, knight to f6, castle, and so on. And it's typical for us. But what to do after g5? That is the question. So, guys, what would you do for white? Actually, there is only one good move here, and this move is d4. Yes, you were right. d4 is the only good move because we try to open the files. E file, D file, because black's king is stuck in the center, so it's a good opportunity for attacking. It's not going to castle king side anymore, maybe it will castle queen side, that's why D4 is a very interesting and important move. Just imagine that white wouldn't play like that and decide to play positionally like c3. In this case, black would attack our knight, that knight retreats, and after bishop to g7 and then h5 and h4, black position would be even better because now they'll attack and probably their position is not that bad. But after d4, black played g4, and now white decided to capture the knight. Why is that? Because if they didn't capture but just retreat with the knight, probably black would play b5, attacking our bishop, and if the bishop retreats, then capture the d4 pawn, which is very important, of course, for white. That's why first white took the knight on c6, and after that they retreated. Black captured the pawn, white captured, and queen to f6. Black is going to exchange. We may exchange the queens. But is it good to exchange queens right now? So what do you think, guys? Would you exchange the queens here? Of course, it's a bad idea to exchange the queens because black king is in the center, and that's why we need some pieces to attack. And of course, as queen is the most attacking piece, we should keep it on board. That's why black didn't take it, and they just retreated to a4, attacking c6 pawn. So black protected the pawn with knight to e7, and now it's time for white to develop their pieces, and that's why they played knight to c3. Very good move. Bishop to g7, queen to a5. Now queen is attacking another pawn on c7, and it is not very easy to protect it. How to protect? You may protect it only with the king. Yes, so you may protect it also with the rook, but in this case we'll grab the pawn on a6 and just promote our a pawn. So that's why black decided, anyway, they're not going to castle anywhere, so that's why they decided after queen to a5, just play king to d8. Now the king is in the center forever, and we need just to open the file to attack it. Knight to d3, bishop g7, and a very strong move, e5. We try to open the file again and again. It's very important to understand. If the queen is stuck in the center, you should open the files. So it's bad for black to take the pawn because after that c5 square will be weak, and after rook d1 we'll start attacking the king, maybe knight to e4, and it's very difficult for black to protect this. I think there is even no possibility to hold this. That's why after e5 black didn't take but put their queen on f5. Now it's impossible to take the pawn on d6 because in this case our queen would be captured. That's why rook to e1 and d5. That's logical for black because they want to close the position of their king. Now king is more or less safe, and why should think about other possibilities of opening the files. So they're taking the pawn on e5, but after knight to g3, black's queen is attacked, it has to retreat, and then comes a nasty move like bishop to g5. So we are attacking the king, and you see all the pieces are going into the game. The king retreats, and knight to c5. Finally, knight has got the optimal position. We are taking their queen. There is no pawns for like on b6 or d6 to get rid of the knight, so knight is there almost forever. So now knight to h5, we are taking the bishop on g7. And if you have a look at the white's position, they are attacking on both sides of the board. It quite often can be in chess. You attack on one side, then you attack on the other side. The rook is in the center. Yeah, so white pieces are very active. So we're going to capture the bishop. Black protects. And again, quite a strong move, knight to a6. Now we are going to checkmate him. And how to protect the pawn? Only rook to a7. It's protection. But after bishop to e3, it became clear that black should just give the rook for the knight. Why is that? Why not? Why to capture and why not to play rook to b7? Because it seems that black has one square more. But in this case, killer move is knight to c7, guys. And after the rook captures the knight, then queen goes to a8, and that's checkmate. So that's why in this position, black played this move, white captured. King retreats. His king wants to run away, so be aware of this. And that's why again this nasty move is coming back. Bishop to g5 check, and after bishop to, yeah, there is no way, no entrance, no tunnel for the king to run away. Our bishop is under attack, so we need just to make some move with the tempo. We are taking the rook. And a4, why not? Who can stop us from promoting the pawn? I think nobody can. We just can go. If we have a look at dark pieces, at black pieces, they're just standing, doing nothing. No moves. Okay, the bishop can go like this, but then we can play rook c1 and take the pawn on c6 or something like that. You see, black has no good moves. They played attacking the queen. The queen retreated. No problems. The king goes to g7. The idea is to unpin the knight on e7. Now the knight has some moves like knight to g8, attacking our bishop, but a5 anyway. They have followed some more moves, but you see for black it's completely lost. Black comes queen to d4, then came b5, and after a couple of more moves, such as queen to c5, attacking the pawn on c7, black defended, and after rook e to c1, black resigned. And it is quite clear why. Their pieces are very badly placed, their material down, and the pawns of white going just to promote. That's why they resigned. So if we return to the initial position, after the move like g5, you shouldn't be scared. You should understand that something is wrong, because first developing the pieces, then playing such moves, especially when your king can be attacked. That's why all the time it's good to be active in the center. That's why again only d4 move is a good one. You try to open the files, You try to develop your pieces fast and create an attack on a black king. Because for black, actually, if we have a look, all their pieces are standing on the last row, on the 8th row, and they can't participate, can't take part in the attack. That's why d4 is a good move. And after that, you should have a look, yes, what to do, how to attack, how to open the files and to attack the black king. So guys, that's all I wanted to tell you. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to my channel. See you in my next videos, and bye bye.